Up to scratch? You mean up to par?
No, I mean up to scratch.
What does that mean?
Up to par, basically, same
That's
thing.
a British thing?
It's a British thing, I
never
think.
heard of that.
Anything I get, I want to know him give it to me. I did feel me yesterday, I still feel me today. When my wine don't slow him, tell me kill it, kill it. Why am I not like your love is wicked, wicked? The lifestyle of a boss and it's plain. He say, she say, and everybody wanna taste. They drag my name through the dirt for the fame. Then we flex good, so of course they gon' hate. Yeah. Tell them when I need to explain. The thing never.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hey, people.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah, our last video that we uploaded, our Q&A, was actually recorded a very long time ago.
Very, very long time. December, I think.
Yeah,
December. It's what?
No, not December.
December last year.
Oh, so like a year.
I think so, yeah. It's bad, huh?
That's really bad. Yeah, so do we look any different?
I lost weight.
Obviously. And I put on a little bit of weight, which I wanted to do because your girl's trying to get thick. Today we're filming a highly requested video, which is all about long distance relationships.
Yes.
So, yeah, you guys know that we had a long distance relationship for, what, 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
So we're not experts, but we know a little something.
I'm excited for this one, are you?
Yeah, I am too.
All right, yeah, you better stay tuned then. Stay tuned. Watch this video all the way to the end, please.
So we asked you guys for questions on our Instagram,
Yeah.
and we're going to answer those, and we're also going to include just tips that we both think that helped us make our relationship work.
Yes.
But just things that we think you guys should know. So yeah, let's get right into
Let's
it.
get right into it.
All right.
First
so,
question, please.
First question is, how often did you guys see each other?
So it's actually funny because I have a whole list on my notes section where every date that Morgan came over and every date that I went over there, 2-3 months.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 months we saw each other.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 months.
But I will say, we had a special circumstance with that. My dad worked for the airlines, so I could fly for free pretty much.
Yeah.
And then when he came to see me, he was able to get like discounted tickets.
The way I finessed it was that I would literally change job every year so I could have like a month off. So it was weird.
He was finessing.
I was finessing hard.
For me, I worked for a temp agency, which meant that I basically worked when I wanted to, mainly because I was pioneering and I couldn't really work.
You are pioneering.
Yeah, I'm still pioneering.
Yeah.
I would work probably 3 days a week, and then when I would go see him, I would just let the agency know. The next question is, how old are you guys?
Oh, well, that's a simple one. So my one is, I am 25. Don't know why I have to think about it. I'm 25. I was born on the 24th of May, 1995.
And today, as we speak, I just turned 25. So my birthday's on October 17th. So yeah, today I'm 25, quarter of a century, ready to get my cane out because it's downhill from here. Somebody said, I'm just so curious how y'all made this work, LOL, because y'all were worlds apart.
Yes, 5,000 miles ain't easy.
Yeah, we were not close. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people get scared when they think about long distance because of that, because of the fact that you feel like you're worlds apart. We talked every single day. Like, there was never a day that went by that we didn't talk. Well, I'm lying, unless I'm bad at it.
Yeah, and you remember when we used to send like morning messages? It would be like a paragraph so long.
So embarrassing.
We would say morning, and it will incorporate like the day's text or something. Like,
it was so extra, y'all. One of us didn't send the morning text, other one would be salty.
Most of the time it would be her.
I think that people think that it's harder than it is. But we were best friends.
Yeah.
Like, we became best friends.
Still.
And yeah, we're still besties.
It's still besties.
My bestie, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
That was
you didn't even know.
Well, I didn't know. I thought you just wanted to spud, you know. Yeah, next question.
Okay. How did you meet? So we already talked about this.
Yes.
So you have to go back to our last video, our Q&A, and yeah, you'll see how we met there. We have a story in that video.
Pop it up here or something.
Yeah.
In a card.
And do you think it's better to date longer than most couples because of the long distance?
In my opinion, it depends on, like, it kind of depends on your age as well. At what age you start dating. The younger you are, the less experience you have in life. So you kind of really need to build that up alongside being in a relationship. I would say yes, yeah. It does take a little bit longer with long distance. But again, depends on the age. But when we started dating, you was 20 and I was 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it took, I think, if you consider two years as dating and then 1 year engagement. So if you consider 2 years as very long or like a long, then I would say, yeah, it take your time.
It takes a lot more effort to get to know the person. So you need to take your time, make sure that you know everything about that person, and you know, if you guys are really for each other. We had just built a very close bond, and that comes with time. Somebody said, would you recommend doing long distance relationships? I think it's just up to the person. Like,
yeah, if the person is the right one, if you feel like they're worth it. We have the same goals.
Yeah.
We were very like-minded in that aspect, and the fact that, you know, we both serve Jehovah, so I think that really helped. When you have him in the center, that really,
gotta have him in it.
yeah, you gotta have him in it. But having a successful relationship doesn't always end up in marriage, that's for sure.
So did you ever get to a point where you felt like you wanted to give up on the relationship? If so, what prevented you from doing it?
No.
Nope.
I've never felt like that. Truthfully, I've never felt like that, like at a point to give up.
Yeah.
No.
Guys and girls are like so different.
They're
You're just like, nope. And
Nope.
girls, because we're such emotional creatures, I'm like thinking about different things. With every single relationship, there are going to be issues. So yeah, I did have times where I was like, oh, you know what, we might not work out. A lot of issues that we had came from other people. You can't let other people get in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, are you with them?
No.
No. It's y'all, you're a team. Like, you work through
That's right.
what you work through. So honestly, that was a big thing for me, just realizing that a lot of people do not want to see you happy. People will be waiting for you to fall, really. But it just depends on you and how much you love each other, and if that's really somebody that you want to be with.
That's it.
Next question is, what was the most difficult part of your relationship?
The fact of being in a long distance relationship, it's difficult. You can't spontaneously go out on the weekend with them, or just have like spontaneous nights, date nights or anything like that. I did feel restricted in that sense. Just not being able to see each other physically, like on a weekly basis. I think that was a hard part.
I think the most difficult part was learning how to communicate with each other. Girls and guys, like, the way our brains function and process things is completely different. Us being together and say I'm upset with you, you can read my body language, or you can tell by my face or something that I'm upset. Yeah. But you're not together, so if you're feeling a kind of way, it's like if you don't,
text.
you get it through a text.
I get it through text. I'd be like, ooh, that reply there wasn't up to scratch.
Up to scratch? You mean up to par?
No, I mean up to scratch.
What does that mean?
Up to par, basically. Same
That's
thing.
a British thing?
It's a British thing, I
Never
think.
heard of it. I would have to force myself to tell him, I don't like this, and I want this to change. And like sometimes I would just be like, he should already know that. Like, I shouldn't have to tell him that. In my head it makes sense, but to him, I would tell him, he'd be like, I have absolutely no clue.
Nope.
You have to tell each other how you feel. You have to tell each other if some boundaries, like, you have to set the boundaries, and you have to check each other when the boundaries are crossed. Like, once we knew, we made the change because we wanted to be together. We wanted our relationship to work.
You know, I feel like that also helps with building trust, doesn't it? Like, when you see the other person making that effort to change a certain habit or a certain thing that they do, it builds trust. Yeah, I think communication is key, very key. Major key.
This is a major key alert.
Next question is, how did you spend your time together? So what did we do when we were together?
Oh my goodness. All I remember is food. Chick-fil-A, pizza. I've never had that much takeaway when I go over there. Like, that is, I mean,
I'm sure they want to know like what we did as a couple.
Oh.
He gets so excited about food.
Listen, I have not seen Houston to this day.
To this day!
To this day, I don't know. I was not a tourist over there. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It's not like I want to go to a museum or art gallery. I'm not that type of person.
We went on dates, went on date nights. We had a very like packed visit every time. Like we wanted to spend a lot of time with family because obviously during this process we're getting to know our families as well. Always going service together. When he came, we always made it a point to do that, and of course go to our meetings together and study. So being long distance, did you ever question whether Debela was truly interested or serious about you?
Oh, that's open.
100% yes. Yes, I did. Only because it wasn't like anything that he did, but just because I obviously had never been in a long distance relationship. So I'm like, worst case scenario thinking. Again, letting people get in your head, because there were people that were telling me,
girl, you don't know what he's really doing over there. And if I were you, I wouldn't trust it. And da-da-da-da. And I just couldn't do no long distance. Like, if I was you, I would not do that.
You remember that one guy? He was like,
oh, you sure you want to do long distance? Cause like, no, you could find someone right here, right under your nose.
I would have slapped him. Slapped him.
When you're slapped, you'll take it and like it.
Alright, so we have 5 tips for you guys, okay? 5 tips that will help you in your long distance relationship or relationship in general.
So the first tip is
Numero uno.
setting boundaries.
That's it.
So at the beginning of your relationship, have that talk. Even if it's uncomfortable, it might be a little weird.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with this. I am okay with this. I'm not okay with that. Yeah. You also see how much respect the other person has for you. If they just don't respect you,
that's it,
then,
respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna show. That's gonna show in one way or another.
Tip number 2 is like doing stuff together, perhaps like via FaceTime. For example, you can watch a movie on Netflix together. Simple date night, like maybe even like a sip and paint. Doing stuff together is such a key part in the relationship. Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was by myself. Like I still felt like I had my boyfriend there because we were, you know, doing stuff that we would be doing if we were together.
Okay, so tip number 3 is.
Honestly, this should have been tip number 1 because it's the most important.
It's true.
But tip number 3 is having a strong spiritual routine together.
Yes.
We cannot stress this enough. Like if we did not have Jehovah in our relationship, we would not be here. Like there were so many issues and tests that came our way that we would have not been able to get through if it wasn't for Jehovah.
Yeah.
Like that's just facts. We would do our Bible reading together when we could, our family worship.
That's it.
We would do the watchtower together sometimes. Like just those kind of things that help you both individually strengthen your spirituality, but doing it together is even more special. So I really think that like the more our love for Jehovah grew, the more we came together.
Yeah. That's true.
And it was like that bond was even stronger.
Yeah. You being committed to them, it shows the respect that they deserve. That's what it is.
Just make sure you're serious, like, before you get into it. Just from the get-go, let the person know I'm serious about you, vice versa, and then and go from there. So.
All right, so this is the last tip. Tip number 5.
So tip number 5 is trust and honesty, and we included these together because they literally go hand in hand. Like you can't have one without the other. You need trust in any relationship, but you have to really have a lot of trust to believe that the other person is doing right by you. That is only given through honesty. If you're lying to the person that you're with, if you're keeping secrets, like hiding things, once things come out that you weren't honest about, the trust is broken and it is very hard to get that back.
That's right.
Like that trust can be gone in a second.
It's so easy to break trust, but it's very difficult to build trust. So it's something that you always have to probably work on yourself. And if you always do right by you, I feel like that will transcend into the other person as well. So when you're being honest to yourself, you're gonna show that honesty towards someone else. And that's gonna bring a relationship up. That's it. Be honest and trust will come. But these 5 tips, I'm telling you, they should definitely help any relationship.
Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in today. We hope that you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Let us know what kind of videos you want to see next.
Yeah.
We want to do some like cooking videos together. I don't know why, I just feel like those would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, we're trying to get consistent again. We are so sorry we fell off hard.
Yeah.
Like we didn't post for a whole month, but we are really trying our best. There's so much going on, but we're trying our best to have a weekly video for you guys. So.
I want to give a shout out to Styled by Morgan.
I'm dead. I was really looking like a shout out.
Styled by Morgan. This is her new, what's it called? Like YouTube page where she does fits on clothes, and I think they're called hauls.
Fashion hauls.
Fashion hauls. Like, I'm new to it. I don't really know.
You just support anything I do.
Yeah, literally anything. Just be that support. But yeah, go check that out as well.
Oh, thank you.
Follow our Instagram. Make sure
follow us and make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
We're so old. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. And to our one hater that always has thumbs down, make sure you do that too. We love all of you guys.
That's right. We saw a couple thumbs down. It's hilarious to me, to be honest.
We love it because that means you watched it. Keep watching it.
Yeah, and even if you didn't, just do your thing.
Love funny. You guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys. I don't know why I did this stupid peace sign.
I don't know.
We'll answer this question obviously as we go along. Shut up.
Go on.
The relationship.
So yeah, these 5 tips, I'm sure.
You summed me up quick. You was done with me rambling. I was like, so these 5 tips. You was done.
Sorry, I'm hungry now. I'm very hungry.
Honestly, like, my voice cracked.
What's that word again?
What am I trying to say? I think my brain works faster than my mouth. I'm gonna let this. There's that show.
Tell them when I need to explain. The thing never did, no need no undertaker. Tell them when I need to explain.